We're reaching the limit of opening up society.
What? Sorry, I don't know what you're going on about.
We've reached capacity and limitations of open society post-lockdown.
I'm really sorry, mate, but is this an episode of Star Trek or something? Are you speaking Klingon with Elon Musk? Because I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
We've reached a limit where selected services, businesses and organisations have been opened up. But now we have to shut some of these down to allow other ones to open.
You mean selective lockdown?
Well, sort of. It's selective in terms of money, revenue and taxes instead of necessity.
So what's the plan?
Well, in the UK, we opened up the pubs and then that pushed up the R number and the coronavirus cases. So we might have to look at closing some of these industries like the pub trade in September so that we can allow things like schools to reopen.
As we can't easily socially distance drunk people or pub goers.
Then we definitely have no chance of socially distancing drunk school kids, so let's close the pubs. If we close the pubs, we can get the teachers and the pupils out of them and back into the schools a lot easier.
But then we'll lose all the revenue from the pub trade. Jobs will be lost, massive unemployment will be created.
Well, let's not just sacrifice one industry for another, why don't we diversify?
Like, let's open up the pubs in the schools instead. That way we're keeping both organisations going.
Build bars in all of the classrooms. That way it gets the construction industry working and they can hire kids from the woodwork and the metalwork classes.
Turn all school gym halls into a local Wetherspoons.
Nobody likes doing PE, especially outside in the wet and the cold. So stay indoors and have a cocktail while you're doing it by the makeshift bar and the climbing ropes. What could go wrong?
And kids can take advantage of the Eat Out to Help Out scheme with their dinner money. 50% off a curry and a pint at Wetherspoons with the Rishi Dishy meal deal.
And PE classes in a Wetherspoons themed gym will make the kids much healthier because the kids will have to run in to one of the tables that's empty in there with a table number, then run across to the bar to give their table number with an order, then they have to run back to their table before another fat kid or a homeless bloke comes and takes it.
Some schools don't have a big indoor gym or classrooms big enough for an indoor bar. So simply close these schools down and relocate all the classes to their local Wetherspoons brewery.
The local spoons are normally in old big buildings which have a capacity for hundreds of people, and most of them are already filled with hundreds of adults with screaming kids. Rishi Sunak's greatest achievement isn't that he graduated with an MBA from the highly renowned Stanford University in California.
Or that he worked his way up to become a director and a partner in several businesses and venture capital companies.
Or that he worked his way up through the government to become the current Chancellor of the Exchequer. No, none of that small stuff. His biggest achievement is that he featured in a nationwide campaign by Wetherspoons.
Rishi Dishy is hitting the big time. And his wife's family are also billionaires. But that doesn't stop her from having a State Tuesday meal deal at Wetherby Wetherspoons.
We're in a dangerous situation where there could be a second wave of the virus. We've got to decide which businesses can stay open and which can't.
Instead of only opening half, open all of them so that all businesses and companies and services can share. Like, for instance,
Greggs and the local Weight Watchers group. You can meet up every Wednesday in Greggs. If you've lost £3, you can buy 2 sausage rolls for the price of 1. Eat out to lose weight out. The local tanning shop and the local garage. Hiya mate, while you're redoing the bodywork on me car and respraying it, can you also spray my body orange?
The local betting shop and the local funeral parlour. OK Fred, that's your last bet. If Seabiscuit doesn't come in the top 3 at 3:30 at Redcar, then you're going in the coffin, mate.
Also, the schools will have rotas, which will tell kids which days they come in, which will really help the lazy bastards. Sorry, which will help the kids who play truant really get what they prayed for.
The rotas will have 50% of the kids in school on one day, while the other 50% of the kids are manning the bars and cleaning the chimneys.
Chim, 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 chimney. Do say.
We need to decide whether we save the pub industry or the school system.
But don't say. Let's get hammered on 17 Jaeger bombs and 3 litres of Diamond White, because nothing good is going to come of them kids anyway. One final thing.
What, love? What? They're having a show and tell and poetry night at the local Wetherspoons. All right, I'll bring me Buckfast flavoured flute.